President Trump's Department of Government Efficiency, headed up by billionaire Elon Musk, now has access to the Treasury's highly sensitive payment system.
And includes a vast amount of data, including bank account information and the Social Security numbers of every American taxpayer. It's also used to distribute trillions of dollars in Social Security and Medicare benefits, as well as government contracts and even tax refunds.
Some Democrats have expressed concerns over the access to this private information, saying that they're concerned about Musk and the department's intentions. Joining us now, Chief Legal Analyst Khalif Rhodes. Okay, he is an official special government employee, which is what we're hearing out there. So he's got the secret security clearance. Federal unions, they sue the Treasury Department over this access. Is this by the book?
Well, the saying he has a secret security clearance, that's not a guarantee. This President Trump's press secretary the other day wasn't clear on that. They said they should have to look into that. His special employee designation means that he's someone that anticipates working less than 130 days within a 365-day time frame. That's all that says. It doesn't say that he has the clearance. They directly asked her yesterday, does he have the clearance? Her response was, we'll get back with you. And so I'd like to know if he does have the clearance, because you would typically believe a person in that situation having access to that information would need and would have to have those types of clearances. That's why we have clearances. It's you know, a need to know the information and the right access to having that information. That's how our government protects some information that you don't have access to see. I may have clarity to see it, but I may not have clearance to see it. So I want to make sure I'm with the Democrats, and I think President Trump is with them as well. There has to be folks in his ears saying that, because yesterday he talked about Musk has to do, and nothing that he can do will be on his own. That everything that he gets to do will be authorized by me. And so there has to be not just echoes from a Democratic side, but also echoes on the Republican side saying, hey, you may want to reel him in just a little bit.
I think everything here has kind of been a spider web mess of entanglement. It's not just Musk and his security clearance, but the people working underneath him. We know that some of the former people from Twitter, X now, are employees of DOGE. They went in there asking for this documentation, and the head security people was like, wait a minute, you don't have the clearance for this. They're now put on leave. Khalif, break this down there, because they're trying to follow their job.
Right.
And then you're talking about security clearances of other employees. 19
to 24-year-olds, those are the folks on the DOGE team that are working for him. Most of those individuals aren't college graduates. There's one individual that's traded stocks. He's a popcorn heir. These are individuals that are now basically running the government. The individual that sent to that company, to that branch, that USAID branch, where they attempted to go in there and they were stopping them at the door. Yes, those two employees were now dismissed when they tried to do their job. But you're talking about shutting down government agencies. One of the employees on the DOGE team is who sent that email to them. So do they even have the authorization to do some of the things that they're doing? If you circle back to what DOGE was created for, it was to ensure that there was government efficiency. But now it seems like it's more oversight. Now it seems like it's more control. And I don't think that was within the scope of what the presidential executive order was giving it the authority and the power to do.
Quickly, before we run out of time, I think there are some concerns. Well, could Musk financially benefit if he's got this security clearance with financial Treasury Department, and could that help Tesla, yada, yada? Well, apparently he's covered by a federal conflicts of interest statute that prohibits government employees with what could affect their financial interest. Does that cover him?
Well, with SpaceX, I mean, he's on the hook for a couple $1 million bids with the government already. And so there already needs to be a distancing. There already needs to be an isolating off for him not having access to any of these types of things where you're talking about the way the government spends money, because he routinely talks about cutting. Cut, 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 cut. But I haven't heard him mention any of these cuts to his already contracts that his business is already receiving. So it isn't an apparent conflict. There is an actual conflict of interest there with him already. A number of senators already addressed this. I'd love to see how they can figure out how to address that portion when you're talking about cuts.
Look, if there's one thing that we know, the Trump presidency is going to give us a lot to talk about and a lot for us to bring Khalif in on. So, Khalif, we appreciate your insight breaking down the legalese for us on this Tuesday. Thank you.